Well, look at this, Magnus Backstead on the front of the peloton already trying to get clear. Well, he lives in South Wales. That's where he's destined to arrive today in Caerphilly. So he'd dearly love to try and nail the stage. And at the back, we've got riders from Endura Racing.
Yep, Ian Bibby that was on the back there. As we see Marcin Biablocki there, Node 4 Giordana, just pressing on the front. Graham Briggs as well, Rally GAC.
Also caught a glimpse of the rider in green from An Post as we see Christian Haas, the leader of the Skoda King of the Mountains. Now, obviously, he's dead keen to get clear because he wants to try and get more points in his pursuit of securing the overall lead in the King of the Mountains contest. He's Backstead at the front, and tucked in at the back is the rider from An Post. Well, here's Graham Briggs. Well, he doesn't want his racing cape anymore. And further things he's not going to carry either. He's obviously aware of just how tough it is. Well, we're crossing the marker there. 1 kilometre to go to the first in the Yodel Sprint competition. And that comes in Kerry after 25 kilometres. And on the front of the peloton, it is the team of Orica GreenEDGE.
Yeah, Orica GreenEDGE taking up the chase. That is their role today. Lee Howard still in the IG gold jersey as race leader, as we see all 6 riders all taking it in turns evenly just to set the pace on the front.
The road stretching out in front of them, and the riders in this group that are going away, none of them are a threat to the overall leader in this competition, Pete Williams of Node 4 Giordana, so he's going to be pleased with that. There is the line, and it looks as though they're just going to ride through it here, and it looks like the teammate then of Pete Williams, although Briggs looks as though he's going to have a go here, but he's too late. So first over the line is Marcin Biablocki, and Graham Briggs coming through in second place.
And Biablocki there just looking after his teammates' lead in that competition, and that is Peter Williams.
There is the result. 2 names missing from that caption are Gilibert and Craven. They make up the 6 who are away.
Welcome back to stage 6 of the Tour of Britain. Our 6 race leaders were nearly 7 minutes ahead as they rode through the second sprint of the day at Llandudrod Wells. Rally's Graham Briggs taking maximum points from Biablocki, Backstead and Craven. Ahead lay the first of 4 Category 1 climbs across the Welsh mountains.
There is the sign that tells us we are starting the first mountain climb of the day. This is the ascent of Comoin, a first category ascent of 4.3 kilometres in length. Now then, we're going to keep an eye on the King of the Mountains leader here, Christian Haas from Rafa Condor, as we feel, both Rob and I, that he slipped away in this group so he can tuck a few points under his belt to increase his lead. So the developments of the race, let me just tell you, in the early stages, this group of 6 gave the peloton the slip, and the composition of the group is Marcin Biablocki of Node 4 Giordana, Dan Craven of IG Sigma Sport, Christian Haas, Rafa Condor, Pieter Gilibert from An Post Sean Kelly, Graham Briggs, Rafa GAC, and Magnus Backstead from UK Youth Cycling. This is a day when Jonathan Tiernan-Locke, last year's King of the Mountains, is likely to show his hand. He's well placed in the race, Rob, and we'll expect him to start to get involved in the action. He's 6 at the moment, 24 seconds back on the lead.
Yes, he is only 24 seconds. That's certainly something that he can push forward for today. Another rider to look out for in second place, Boy van Poppel from UnitedHealthcare. He was 5th on the stage last year, although we do have 2 ascents of that final climb today. Short climb, but extremely steep, with a very technical descent off the back of it.
So the lead for Christian Haas in the Skoda King of the Mountains over his nearest challenger, the Spaniard, that's Pablo Urtasun on the Euskaltel Euskadi team. He's 22 points. So now if he crosses the summit of this climb first, his tally goes to 76. Now the most points that the nearest challenger Urtasun can get is for 7th, and that means he'll get 4 points. So it means that Christian Haas will have gained another 6 points over his nearest challenger. It's a long climb, as we've mentioned, but it's fast, isn't it? There's a good rhythm being set there. 4.3 kilometres in length, but it isn't steep like the ones they were tackling yesterday. They really are flying up it at this stage.
They are, and the riders are having predominantly a cross tailwind today, helping push them along.
Now you can see it's beginning to ramp up. The laboured style is reflecting here. Not only are the facial expressions changing, but also the positions on the bike as they lever themselves forward. And this is when it's really starting to hurt.
Yeah, they're just on one of the tougher sections here, and visually it's quite easy to see. I think for how difficult this section is, just the laboured pedalling action.
Now then, looks like we're going to get our spectators turning up again. Last year we had, well, a variety of people to concentrate on the Caerphilly mountain. But I must admit, Christian Haas, okay, his face is showing concern, but he is riding comfortably. Well, there, Briggs, you can see, is marooned in no man's land off the back of the three going ahead. And Magnus Backstead, well, suffering even more. And right at the back is Gilibert. So these three beginning to go away as Briggs grits his teeth here, the Yorkshireman, and comes back into the wheel of the three.